Good morning from day 5. It's probably about 6:45 and I should be up, but I am so tired from yesterday. And I think yesterday I said my legs haven't been hurting, and this morning they're definitely a little sore. They're definitely very stiff. My feet hurt, so I think I only have about 14 miles, maybe a little more than 14 miles to town today, so it will be a shorter day, and I'm just letting myself rest for a minute because I'm so tired. There's coyotes singing this morning and some birds chirping that I can't identify, and mourning doves, so it's been a really lovely morning listening to the wildlife here. So I'm excited to get to town and just rest my body a little bit. But I'm still happy. It's still great out here. Just very dusty and tiring. Alright, I'm finally up. It's probably past 8 o'clock now. I don't actually know, but it's a slow morning. But it's a beautiful campsite. I'm just trying to enjoy it because I got nowhere to be tonight, except for my bed in the Comfort Inn. So all packed up, ready to go. I think we're gonna go through those mountains somewhere. You can't see the Pyramid Mountain, which I showed you yesterday, but it's back there somewhere. We've climbed a little bit, so we're in the foothills of those mountains. It's not going to be a big climb. So far, all the mountains have been pretty steady and kind of enjoyable, actually, just for something different besides ranch land. Yesterday, I walked through just miles of dirt, and there was no vegetation, and it was just windstorm still. Not even cows. It was like it was so awful, and there was very few trail markers, and you just didn't know where to go. There was no path at all. Like you couldn't follow tracks or anything. So when I talked to my friends last night, they had the same experience. You just get a little off course, and it takes a little longer. So yesterday was probably the hardest day, mentally and physically. But it's interesting that physically it's hard, not because of incline or elevation, which is usually my challenge, but more so just the terrain and the changing terrain. It rapidly changes from sand to lava rock to dust bowl, dirt field, like to mountains. So it's just, you don't get to zone out a lot. It's mostly just like, okay, what's next? How are my feet gonna feel on this? How do I power through this most efficiently? That's a part of the fun too. New Mexico is so varied, so interesting, and those who tell you that the desert is just brown are wrong. It is a lot of brown, but it makes you appreciate the green and the wildlife even more, and there is a lot of it. So yay, New Mexico. I love you, New Mexico. There's Pyramid Mountain. I believe we're going that way, but again, I don't see any trail markers. Oh yes, I do. There's one that way. So I think I'm right. That way, and then last night you could actually see town. It's that way for real this time. So it's taking us through this pass, which should be really lovely. And then there's a long highway that we walk into town. It's not a straight shot. It's kind of annoying that you can see town and you're heading away from it for a little bit, but that's the trail. Lovely morning. And as I literally took my first steps out of camp, I saw the guys coming over the ridge. So they are just right behind me, which is nice. It's nice having pace with someone. Unfortunately, they are not taking a 0 in Lordsburg, so we're going to be separated. But it was nice having some buddies. just someone to keep pace with and hear about what they're doing and stuff. So that was nice, but I'm very thankful for a solo adventure too. That means I never second guess myself. I compare myself to someone else. So. Alright, I already lost the sign in the trail. Alright, I'm gonna put my camera away so I can focus on where I'm going. Yeah, there's no way I would climb that, even if I needed water. Some scummy water. And I don't know how well you can see that. It's not the worst. Looks dirty, but filterable. Alright, I have no idea where the trail goes, so I assume it goes this way. But I might need to pull out my... Oh. No spout for hikers. Alright. Do I see footprints? No. Do I see a trail marker? Also no. Alright, pausing to check the map. Alright, finally a trail marker. Was honestly hoping we'd get a little closer to Pyramid Peak and get more into those foothills up there. But I think we're just going to be following this road for a while. And maybe until we get to Cache Box 5 even. And then it'll be really smooth sailing into Lordsburg, I think. And then my hiking buddy a little while ago was telling me that into Silver City, from Lordsburg to Silver City is a little bit more elevation gain, a little bit more challenging. So I really enjoyed this very easy section, and I'm a little trepidatious about more climbs, but also more views would be lovely. And just like something different. Although the desert, as always, has been so beautiful and enjoyable. Never bored here. I am gonna check and see if this tank has water. Hold on. Oh yeah. Very green, but very full. Huh. Don't think I would drink that, but someone might. Ooh, that rickety ladder was fun. Here's where the cows drink from, I guess. You're now looking at the other side of, I think it's Pyramid Peak, but it could be Pyramid Point or Pyramid Mountain, I'm not quite sure. But we're at the back side of it, and a couple hours ago we were over on the southeastern side. It's slow going up this dirt road at this point, so I'm gonna power down some snacks and daydream about a big Denny's breakfast tomorrow. Hash browns and eggs and like 5 cups of coffee maybe. That's my plan. We are leaving this lovely ranch road we've been on for the past, I don't know, 5 miles, and finally going on a trail, a real trail. There's a gate up ahead. I don't know why I've always been fascinated with gates and fences. I think they're beautiful. I think they can be art. Yeah, that's something I always nerd out about. So here's the gate. Looks like they just replaced it recently. Looks like it used to be that stuff right there. Alright, gate time. It's rusty AF. Oh, I might need 2 hands. Hold on. Update. I don't think I can open this gate. It's squeaking. Oh, wait. That is the worst noise. I was just about to climb over it, but I think I had it. Oh, God. That is the worst noise. And you can't even lift it to help it go in. We've made it to cache box 5, the final cache box on my hike. From now on, it's natural sources and cow water. So, super thankful for the CDTC for setting up these cache boxes. It's been really welcome, especially because my water filter's broken. Also, this is the closest I've been to civilization in 5 days. There's a farm over there. Not a town, just a farm and a road. But very cool to see buildings. We're getting really close. There's one more over there. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down, eat lunch, get some water, and then take a peek at the map and see what the next few miles are like before getting into town. Yay, cache box. Yay, water. Accidentally packed these last night, so I didn't have my AirPods all morning. This is the cow water from yesterday, treated. It doesn't taste bad. It's a little off if you have a discerning palate, but it's really not bad. Filled up my water. It is deliciously cold. I'm so excited. And then signed the logbook. These people above me were in my shuttle on day 1 to the terminus. But the other guy, I forget his trail name, but he's usually right before them or right after them, and he hasn't signed in, so he must have left trail, because there's no way you're not hitting up this cash box. So I hope everything's okay with him. Maybe I'll see him in town. And then my 2 beds are not here yet. Hopefully they show up soon. I'd like to catch up with them before I move on. All right, lunchtime. Finished lunch. Doing a couple more of these foothills. And we have some friends. Hi, Mama. I hope that's a full. There's one in the bushes. I'm hoping it's not her baby and it's a full grown, because if it's a baby, she might get mad at me. Oh, there's one. Oh my God. Oh. Don't worry. It's okay. Just been going through these rolling foothills all afternoon, up, down, up, down. There's some very cute cows in the distance again. Some of them are looking at me, and there's a couple babies. We're not going that way though, unfortunately. We're going straight and then up that hill, and then probably straight down it, and then probably up. Yep, up the next one. I see the second sign. They're not bad, but they are tiring. Finally made it to the road. Oh boy. I'm not excited to walk on the road, actually. I made it to the hotel. I did splurge a little. I didn't stay at the Econo Lodge, which is kind of the hiker standard in Lordsburg, because it's cheap and quick. I went for the Comfort Inn. It was a little expensive for 2 nights, but I won't do this regularly. I just really, number one, want to rest my blister and be comfortable, since I will be here all day tomorrow. And then I also have to do a tiny bit of remote work tomorrow, so I will just want to be in a good space. And this hotel is not the nicest, but it's very, very nice and comfortable. So It's also huge and I have it all to myself, so a little guilt about spending money, but I think I've earned it for my first section hike, my first 80 miler, my first 5 night. That feels really good, and I did a good job, so I deserve it. Anyways, I'm gonna rest a bunch, shower obviously, go eat, and probably not record anymore. So that's the end of day 5 for now. I will check in with you a little bit tomorrow on day 6, which is a 0 day, and tell you how it's going. And then I'll be hitting the road the day after tomorrow, day 7, towards Silver City. Laundry check. Puffer that I'm wearing while I'm doing all my laundry. All my wool and delicates drying. Some accessories. My tent drying after rinsing it off from the dust storm. Ground sheet, which will of course get dirty again right away. More clothes, more clothes, more clothes up there. Oh, I feel accomplished. That means tomorrow I'll have one less thing to do. Good morning from day 6. I am up pretty early. I thought I'd sleep in more, but I got up at about 7. Well, I was awake at about 7. Started editing some videos. And now I'm gonna go get some breakfast and head to the post office, pick up my resupply for the next little stretch here and organize that, edit some more videos, and then just do some more work on my phone for the rest of the afternoon. That's kind of the plan. Laundry's done. I'll slowly start packing up tonight so I can leave really early tomorrow. If I can hit, I think if I can hit 19-ish miles tomorrow, I'll hit the 100-mile marker. So that would be fun to do on day 7. Other than that, it's kind of a lazy day, so I won't record much. But yeah, this is my first 0 on trail. It's a little early, but I really want to make sure my blister is taken care of. It's still pretty painful, but I don't know how much blister talk you want, but still pretty painful. It like was 2 blisters and merged into 1, and now it's kind of callousing over. I don't like popping my blisters. I get scared to do that, so I just kind of let it be. It popped on its own, and it's just healing, so I just want to walk minimally on it today. Yeah, blisters are fun. Hopefully I don't get too many more of these on trail because it really hurts. Walking to the post office, just past Saucedos. That's the supermarket you would probably resupply at if you were going to do so. There's also $2 stores here, but Saucedos has some fresh produce if you need that. Kind of a small but general selection of groceries. I went there to pick up some food before I took the shuttle. I don't need to stop there today. So just gonna go to the post office and head back to my room. Okay, just got back from the post office. The Lordsburg post office is super hiker friendly. They have a little map where you put a dot where you're from on it and a little sign-in book and a hiker box, so really good experience there. I had like a weird experience at the Econo Lodge, and maybe it was just the person at the front desk, but like I read a whole bunch of far out comments that they were super hiker friendly, and the lady, like, I asked her to hold my box for my return, and she had no idea what I was talking about. So she said she could do it, but I just felt a little weird and didn't trust her very much, honestly. So that's why I just had it sent. So if you don't stay at the Econo Lodge, or
just don't want to leave your box there for any reason, I highly recommend the post office. They were super friendly and accommodating. Everyone in Lordsburg has been pretty nice and friendly. There is one house that's like super, they have crosses outside, which is fine. And then they have Israel flag outside, and then like a whole bunch of pro border patrol propaganda and messaging. It's just a little crazy. That stuff makes me cringe really hard. So going to drop off some stuff at the Econo Lodge hiker box, because I just needed the filter. I didn't need any of the accessories. A couple of brand new Ziplocs and some liquid IVs that I don't need.